when, in the course of a great nation's history, it comes to pass that we the people stumble in our steps and fall off our long-trodden path toward a better union, then decency requires that we declare our national transgressions, and that by opposing them, we should seek to end them. 11 years ago, our first president warned our nation of the expedients of party to acquire influence. He foresaw, like a prophet of old, that designing men may endeavor to excite a belief that there's a real difference among us. Washington predicted that political parties would become potent engines by which cunning and unprincipled men would be enabled to subvert the power of the people and to usurp for themselves the reins of government, destroying afterwards the very engines which had lifted them to unjust dominion. And now it has come to pass, as Washington feared, that despotic partisans are distracting and agitating the public with false alarms and ill-founded jealousies, and fomenting riots and insurrections, and inviting influence and corruption straight through the channels of party passions. But today and tomorrow, in this hour and the next after that, we the people will stand. We will hold our heads high and our hands on our hearts, and we will look out. We will look to our flag. We will look to the goodness of what we have built around us. We will call to each other. We will call to the earth and to the heavens, and we will say, enough. We will repeat great words. Words we once said in earnest, and then we said in ritual. And always we said it in the knowledge that we had fallen short of their promise. And yet now we will say them again with the urgency of our time, newly forged in the fires of a threat we thought we had vanquished long ago. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all of us are born equal, with unalienable rights, and that chief among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We hold that there are universal rights for all human beings, and that chief among these rights is dignity. And we pledge that we shall hold each other accountable to justice under equal due process of law. And we have not just rights, but duties. We have a duty to exercise our rights without taking away the rights of others. We have a duty to protect these rights and freedoms for all against those who would threaten them, whether they be an enemy that is foreign or domestic. We say these great words, knowing that once again, our time has come to march toward a better future. For once again, a long train of abuses and usurpations has pursued an unwavering design bent upon reducing we the people to a rule of despotism. And because we now demand the overthrow of unjust laws and unfair practices and unwise and corrupted leadership from which we the people have too long endured, we must present to the world our vision of a new government, our new declaration. We demand an end to the unitary presidency so that it can no longer be the seat of tyranny for dominion over the United States, and that this shall mean having our courts and not the president nominate our attorney general. We demand a universal basic share of all income for all adult citizens so that we may engage our labor free from the fear and coercion of being without dignity or life itself, and that the share shall be paid for by a fair equal tax on all income. We demand a wealth gap tax on wealth that is over 1,000 times the wealth of a regular American, so that we no longer suffer our youth trapped in a world of growing impoverishment for the enrichment of a few. And we demand that tax pay for universal health care in America. We demand a Bill of Rights for all voters that makes Election Day a holiday, and that guarantees we vote with our neighbors, and that we shall be represented only by candidates who win either a majority approval or a majority consensus of the will of the people. We demand the Supreme Court that will overturn their wrongly decided precedents that give presidents immunity, corporations personhood, and states the right to discriminate by race. We demand laws that prohibit self-enrichment by government officers. We demand data security rights. And finally, We demand a right to a clean and healthful environment. In every one of these demands, we must also admit our own responsibility for these unwise and unjust practices. For far too long, we have looked away from injustice. Too often have we demanded forgiveness without offering it to others. Too many times have we asked, what can our country do for us? But these failures were not born of ill will. They came from our fault in seeing evils but having faith in a greater good. We failed to make things the best because we saw patience as a virtue. We were like children who gave our trust to villains. And now our time has come, and we must awaken to a great work. Millions of us today, and millions more tomorrow, we will reach out, and we will grab the hands of our neighbors. We will pull ourselves up from the ditch and return again to the path of righteousness. We will wipe the filth from our clothes. We will forgive those who were misled, and we will punish the ones who misled them. We must not waver. In the clarity of the clarion call we answer, we must be brave. We will defeat the fear and the fearmongers who traffic in lies to gain power. We shall make our country worthy of the name, the land of the free. And we will give answer, once more, to a great and eternal question set forth 81 years ago. And we will say yes. A nation conceived in liberty and justice can long survive and shall not perish from this earth, while we, the people, still stand. Thank you. Amen, America.